Hey everybody, it's Jesse back at it with another little bit of a thing for you. Today is a great day. This morning, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this morning because there are some things about this morning that I absolutely love. This morning, Jesse and his wife had a very passionate conversation about grounding and where we both were. And if you're joining me for the very first time here, welcome. Welcome to my videos. Welcome to what I discuss with you. And I am hopeful that this will be helpful for you. And I know that will. I know that it will do much more for you than what you think it might. So what I'm going to discuss is just a little bit about what I talked about this morning with my wife, with both of us being so passionate about our views and what we bring to the table. So this morning we both have a busy several days. And with that, there comes some things that rise to the surface that you need to discuss. And with that comes feelings. With that comes all the little things that you would not normally see within one another unless you are under a little bit of pressure to do so. What am I talking about? I am talking about passionate conversations that you have with your spouse, partner, wife, significant other, where you feel that, where you're trying to get hold of how you feel. You're trying to hear yourself out loud for the first time. You're also trying to communicate your boundaries, what makes sense. And in moments, you can experience frustration. You can experience anger. You can experience joy and relief. And all of those things we experienced this morning. The thing that I did, or the thing that I need to do much better at. This morning I jumped and I didn't read the conversation correctly. I didn't read it the way that my wife needed me to read it. What she needed this morning was grounding, but what she also needed was a pillar. And in my moment to try and figure out where I wasn't grounded either. What does it all mean not to be grounded? I was not firm and poised and in my moments. I was not strong. And what she needed from me was to know that everything was okay. And she got that. Because what I did was I stepped away from the conversation that we had, realized what it was and what I needed to do, and I needed to provide the space for her to be able to feel like she was being heard, looked after, and trusted. So once I was able to see that, and that took a matter of all of 2 to 3 minutes, stepped out of the room, stepped back in, and I had everything. I saw what it was. And it took all of a few seconds to realize that I needed to hold myself to account for being better at listening, being better at understanding what she was communicating to me so that I could provide that for her, so that she could have the necessary space, the space to be able to be who she needed to be. Now guys, it's going to take some time, if it hasn't already, for you to figure out what that is. And I'm still learning that as I go. I learn that a little bit more every time I do it. Man, let me tell you what it does. It only deepens your love. It only deepens your strength. And it deepens who you are as a person and how you show up in this relationship that you're in. So, when you find yourself frustrated, you need to be the one to anchor. You need to be the one to be the strong one, because once you do that, you provide the strength for your wife, your spouse, your partner, your significant other to relax. You lead them. And once you do that, you rise to that. You begin to help them regulate through what that is. And I can appreciate that that's not an easy thing to do, because you will, in moments, need to be regulated as well. What does that mean? It means that you are starting to come unglued. You are starting to become irritated. You are figuring out how your emotions feel out loud with the other person. But make no mistake, when you are the strong pillar that you are, when you feel it, when you truly feel it, and you come out and you are that in that moment, you hold them and you tell them that they're safe. You tell them that you are the pillar that will help them. You let them know in your powerful words how you're going to show up. Talk them off the cliff. Talk to them in a way that you'd want to be talked to, which is soothing, firm, but at the same time, it is strength. It's strength through your words. And you don't want to come across as an ogre, but you want to have it firm. You want to be soft about it at the same time. And it's your tone, it's the way you convey yourself, it's the way you communicate. And you're not going to get it right the first time. It might take you 56.75 times to do it. It may take you 108. It may take you the rest of your life. But let me tell you something. You gain something every time you have this conversation with your wife, your spouse, your partner, your significant other. Why? You learn something every day, don't you? You learn something through communication. I learn every day how to communicate better with my wife. And when I do that, we as a couple deepen our relationship. And when we do that, we provide each other with the strength. We start to see how each other reacts. And so, I'll lay it out for you. I wasn't grounded. I wasn't feeling in my place. I was feeling a little bit stressed this morning, as was she. So in that, we didn't initially get frustrated with one another. But we did when we started talking. But all that was just feelings. All that was just trying to understand each other in a way where we needed to have one another. So when I could lead, when I figured out exactly what she needed, I was able to regulate myself in tandem with her. And what we did was we just breathed through it. And after we breathed through it, after I came back and said, this is what you need. I know this is what you need. I know that you need me as a pillar right now. I am your pillar. I am your safety. I am the one that will help you. I will support you as you do this. And as soon as I was able to help convey that to her, it was helpful. Those were words that she needed to hear. See, frequency, tone, the words you speak are like little spells. And when you speak them out, you speak your truth. But when you truly believe yourself as you talk and speak them out, they're received. And when they're received, that other person will receive them in a way that they understand. They'll feel it. But it takes you being able to be right with you. in order to convey that in a way that they are able to read that, to feel that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I would like to hear from you on this. I would like to hear how you have communicated with your spouse, your wife, your significant other, your partner, and how that helped you. Maybe you have some other suggestions. Maybe you have something that would be really helpful in the chat. Maybe you'll have something that will be most helpful to us. Maybe you have a message. Maybe you want to be heard as well, and you want to talk about it, because sometimes these videos and these moments bring up things within each other, within us, that need to be said. And I invite you to do that. On that note, let's do this. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.